Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 31 Days of Cut Files with Janet and MK. And today's cut file, actually all week we are working with cut files that MK created. This one is a clock, and I'm not really sure what happened to the earlier video, but I just colored the clock using some walnut stain distress ink. That's all I've done. I do have a photo sitting there. My page is going to be a 6x12. And I've got the photo, and I've got this light bulb boat. And in case you're wondering about that photo and what I'm doing with my X-Acto knife there, or my Fisker's blade there, is I am actually cutting a piece of one of MK's wood veneers. Not exactly in half, but I am cutting it so that I can actually use it in two areas on this layout. And now I am putting some duct tape over the top of it to pull the masking off. And while I do that, I'll tell you a little bit about this photo. This is the Children's Museum in, I think it's in Wisconsin. I'm not sure if it was in, I don't think it was in Milwaukee. It might have been either in Sheboygan or Port Washington. I'm not 100% sure. We actually did not go inside, but the building has a boat sticking out of it. I don't know if you can see that in the upper half of the building. There is a boat sticking out of it. The mast of the boat is sticking out of the top. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is the coolest building ever. Makes me want to go inside and see what is there. Now, we didn't have any kids with us, and I mean, maybe they'd let you go in as just adults just to see what it was, but we really didn't have time to stop and check it out. But I thought, how cool is that? It's really interesting, and I bet, you know, if their building is like this on the outside, the inside's got to be pretty cool too. So I thought I'd go ahead and use a bunch of stuff from MK. I've got packaging that I'm using as my mat for my photo, and I've just inked it up with some walnut stain. I am using the stencil from, I think this is from the June kit. And I am going to go ahead and put a little added texture right through the stencil using some walnut stain. And there you get to see the cut file in full. It's not glued down or anything. I will be gluing it down in a bit, but I am going to modify it a little bit because just like that round wood veneer piece, I am going to cut a piece of it off and use it in that upper right-hand corner. My layout today is a 6x12. I don't have a ton that I need to say about this because, like I said, we didn't go inside, but it was really cool. And I wanted to make note of it because it would be something that I would probably go back and check out if I had small children, or if I was in the area again, just to see what it's like. So I'm using embellishments from the 49 and Market Nature Study cluster kit and the page kit. These are not the ones that you buy that are just the die cut elements. They actually come in a cluster kit and in a page kit, so they're two separate items. And rather than using the page kit and building it like it's supposed to be built according to the photos, or same with the cluster kit, I decided just to pull it all apart and use it however I wanted, and that's what I'm doing. I am inking everything up with some more walnut stain. The paper in the background there is, I believe, from the Toast collection from 49 and Market, and it just had the perfect browns in it, and I thought it went really well with this photograph and that building, and so that's why I decided to use it. I really liked the hinges that are included in this collection, and so I am using the hinges on my photograph. It doesn't actually open. It's just there for looks. I'm not making it like you can open it up or anything like that. I'm also using some of the rub-ons, and those are purchased separately. They were not from either one of the kits. They were just a package of 49 and Market rub-ons that I purchased. And then I am using this word Discover. This is also from one of the, I believe it's from one of the monthly embellishment boxes from MK's shop. I will double check that to make sure it's not a standalone item, but anything that is in the shop I will go ahead and link down below. So that light bulb boat is in there. That round wood veneer I believe is from the June release, and of course we have the stencil from the June release, and then the cut file is one of her designs, which you can't get individually, but if you participated in 31 Days of Cut Files and bought either the digital kit or the physical kit, you would have access to that cut file because it is available in both. And I think she still has both available on her website, so I'll link those down below for you as well. I decided I want to kind of sparkle this up a bit, so I am using some Versamark embossing ink, and I am just using some gold embossing powder, and I'm being really loose in where I'm putting it. I'm just dipping the stuff into my ink, and then I'm dipping it into the I'm dipping it into the Versamark ink, and then I'm dipping it into the embossing powder. And you're not going to see me actually heat up anything and get it so you can watch the embossing powder ink melt, because I'm doing that off camera. I'm actually at a friend's house working on this, and so I didn't do it underneath the camera because I didn't want to create a mess. I did it right over the trash can in case any bits and pieces flew off. I'm also dipping in this piece of the cut file that I cut off. That was the portion that would be underneath the photograph, so I don't have to worry about it not showing. I can use it somewhere else on the page, and I'm going to use it up here in the upper right underneath this other cut file. So everything's getting a little bit of gold ink on it, and I'm really liking the way that that is looking. Go ahead and ink up the hinges as well and heat those up so that they get a little bit of gold on them to make them have a little shine to match everything else. I did take them off the photograph to do that because I didn't want to damage the photograph by adding any additional heat source to it. It does help if you heat your gun up prior to applying it, or pointing it at whatever you're going to be melting. It helps to heat it up first so you don't get as much warping. I'm applying those rub-ons with the little tool that came in the kit of rub-ons, and just to give a little added texture to this entire layout. And then I'm just going to use my Nuvo glue to adhere everything down. While I do that, don't forget to go check out what MK is doing over on her channel today. I'm really curious to see what she's doing with her cut files, so go and have a look at that. And if you're not part of the 31 Days of Cut Files group, that is something that you can join even if you did not participate in purchasing the kit either digitally or physically. You can still be part of the group and use whatever cut files you like. She is going live several times throughout the week to give you tips and tricks and ideas on different ways to use cut files and such, so you'll get lots of inspiration there. And then I will be going live once a week as well, doing a layout with a cut file, and I think my next one is, I think it's on Friday, so come back to that 31 Days of Cut Files group on Friday, and I'm not sure what time. It'll probably be maybe around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but you can come back and check that out also. And then in other news, we also have a class coming up, Blank to Bold 2. It is a mixed media class starting with white paper and creating layouts using white paper and mixed media. And it is actually available in her shop right now as we speak. And it's been there for a while. We just haven't been promoting it a whole lot, so I just wanted to make a call out to that as well in case that's something that you're interested in. We did Blank to Bold 1 last year. This one is for beginners, intermediates, whatever. So you can go and check that out if you're interested also, and that starts in September, so don't wait if that's something that you want to join in on. Okay, I really like how this Discover chipboard piece turned out with the gold embossing powder. I really usually, like, if I'm going to ink these up, I would put some gesso down first because the ink just kind of soaks right into the chipboard. But with the embossing powder, it doesn't do that, and it looks fabulous, and I think it's a lot of fun. I'm adding 2 faux heart buttons with some faux string in them, and that is going to finish out my little embellishment areas. I'm going to add one down here to the left, and then I'm going to add one up in the upper right, and you don't get to see me put that one. Oh, maybe you do. I added some foam. Oh, I did. Okay, I added some foam to give it a little added dimension as well, and then there's some foam underneath the first part of the word Discover because it is popped up onto that wood veneer, and I wanted to add a little support. That is it, you guys. You can kind of see the boat in these photos here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe as well. And I will be back again tomorrow with another video, so come back and join me then. You can leave any comments or questions that you might have down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day. Bye-bye.